Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
Of course.
I want to say it was refreshing and delightful to see the movie, the screening the other night. It's a big departure from the usual big studio films in the sense that they usually go with these grandiose plots and very complex characters that they don't really delve into and fizzle out. And it was just nice to not be bothered with all of that, but get the meat of the characters. How, for you as an actor and having had such a range of span of work.
It was a great experience. You know, I mean, this script spoke to me immediately. You know, I didn't know this kid that had written it, but I sure did respond to the material. It was a slice of life, you know, real, as you said, you know, and an opportunity to work with a lady that I've admired from afar for 50 years and never crossed paths with until this movie, you know, but it just seemed like a good way to go. You know, a great entertainment. It had something to offer, something to think about. I think it's it's about every man. I think we're all heading in the same direction, and it's however we're going to get, you know, contend with whatever comes our way along the road, you know.
Absolutely, and there was such an ease in your interaction with Blythe Danner. And it just, I think, being a fan of both of yours, that's something that I think always has drawn me in personally, is there's just such an ease about you and her, both of you. Just whatever character you're delving into, whatever level, it's just very...
Just a boring guy. You know? But I don't know, I think the sensitivity in this character drew me to it a little bit too. You know, I think he's probably a little more sensitive than I am in real life, but you know, it's movies.
Brett, one of your quotes has been about how you touched on older characters not really being well represented in film, and they're usually taken on some adventure and something like that. But this story was so relatable that it was not at all about older characters. It spoke to me. I think it spoke to the 20-year-old me, the 40-year-old me, to anybody else that's out there.
Sam and I were talking earlier in an interview, and I think it really has to do with the accumulation of all these experiences for an older person and a person who's been through so much in their life. Obviously at 70, you've gone through a lot more than you have at 30. And that's what drew me to these characters, you know, their experience, the weight of their life. You know, they've obviously experienced more loss. And the film really is a meditation on loss. You know, it's an entertaining, funny film, but it really is about how we get through it, how we persevere, and how you can't walk through life in fear of loss, because it's inevitable, but that's okay. Life is a beautiful journey, and for me, the older characters that Mark Bash, my co-writer, and I wrote were the vessels for those themes and those questions. And to me, it's not a film about older people, it's a film about people.
You know, I agree. The way that you wrote it, directed, all of it, it was just, it did touch on just those people. It was very eloquently put. It was understated and poignant all at once.
You know, authenticity is my ultimate goal with every film that I make. And, you know, I didn't set out to, you know, set the world on fire with this movie or change the way people think or you know, I just tried to make a really honest, solid film that I think speaks to people. I mean, if you can connect with people, with real people who go to the movies, then I think you've done something really special, and that was definitely, I think, everybody's goal with this film. We all believed in it. We all thought it spoke some truths about our journey, and we also all hope that it's entertaining and funny and a good time at the movies. But it also hopefully will leave you with something more to think about and meditate on. And I've had people tell me that it's given them hope, you know, that they've gone through a lot of loss in their life and they've walked out and they've said, that movie was good for me just now, and what's better than that? So I'm super proud of it. I'm super proud of the performances in the film. You know, I think Blythe does an incredible job. She's in every scene of the film, and I'm just blessed to have such an amazing cast, and really just to be sitting here now talking about this movie is a blessing on its own.
Well, thank you. And can we expect to see any collaborations in the future?
I think we're going to work together again.
We'd like to.
That's the great thing that's come out of this. One of the great things is a new relationship that I suspect will continue on.
Yep.
They don't always, but I feel this one's going to.